What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to discuss The Rock with this gaming movie, right? The movie based off of a video game franchise. I know this is a couple days old, but I wanted to give my thoughts on it because I have some ideas of what it could be. I have a thing that I don't want it to be, right? And I've said some of this on Twitter as well, but I wanted to make it, in video form. So basically, if you missed out, The Rock a few days ago, I think it was just this Tuesday or maybe even Monday, he had said that he's going to be bringing, and I believe they're going to be shooting it this year. Like, this is something that's happening very, very soon. He's going to be bringing a video game franchise to life in film, and it's one that he's been playing a ton of the last several years. I'm pretty sure that was the generalized quote that he gave, right? So he's already done a Rampage game. You have to keep, I would say, in context, because obviously you're going to go to, like, the big guns, the big gaming franchises. But yet again, I don't know, like, could The Rock have, could he be, like, could this be some small little independent game that he thinks is so super cool, but nobody's ever heard of? I mean, maybe. More than likely not, though, right? More than likely. And I guess Jumanji in the terms of a game, quote unquote, right? So here's the deal. I would be okay with Gears of War. Now, the thing is, though, there's actually even a caveat to that. I don't know why Dave Bautista wouldn't have said something out loud for it, because I would just imagine if you have The Rock, I don't know. I feel like I think The Rock and Dave Bautista could both be in a film. I really don't see, an issue with that. But I don't know, the Gears of War, right? You look at these movie franchises or these properties that actors sometimes get really, really invested in, and you just kind of expect the announcement from them. Do you know what I mean? So like Dave Bautista has been that guy, right? He's the most well known for pushing Gears. He pitched it to the studio. They said no, all that stuff. So if they were to do a Gears of War movie, I feel like he should have the honor of being the one to kind of even just, and I know The Rock is floating it out there, but I think that should have been Dave Bautista. Now, maybe it's not a Gears of War movie, and then obviously the whole point is null and void. So I'd be okay with Gears of War. I think The Rock would fit pretty darn well. Again, I think you do Dave Bautista in there, and I think that would be just fine. Now, what I don't want, what I absolutely, and this could be controversial, I don't want God of War. I don't want The Rock as Kratos, A. And I also don't want God of War to exist as a film in the first place. I mean, call me a gatekeeper. Call me whatever you want to call. I know gatekeeping obviously has some pretty bad, the way it's viewed online here and there. I think in some circumstances maybe it's a good thing. In this way, I think it is, though, right? Because I don't know. I've just been against the idea of having these games turn into movies, like the Uncharted. I've talked about my opinion with Uncharted. I'm okay with it now, but I'm okay with it now just for the simple fact that there's nothing I can do to stop it, right? Now, was there anything I could do to stop it, a year ago? No, but, I just don't see the need to make these games into movies. I think at best you can match the impact that the game had, and at worst you're going to disrespect the franchise. And it's a coin toss of of what you're going, and maybe that's wrong, and I'm not saying everybody has to agree with that. You absolutely don't if you don't want to. But I don't need God of War, because it would probably be like a retelling of 2018, right? It'd probably be God of War 2018 told in a movie. And I guess that could be cool. It could. But I just don't know. Again, the game is fine. Why would you try to outdo it? Or then people will say, well, they're just doing it in a different way. Well, that way is most likely not going to be nearly as good. And then The Rock is Kratos. I've never really thought of Kratos in live obviously we've had the actors that have played him, but I've never really thought of him as okay, well, if it was a celebrity actor, big name, big, blockbuster movie, who would it be? I've never really gotten to that point, and I feel like that's a good thing, because I don't really think anybody should have gotten to that point, but here we potentially could be. There's a lot of people that were joking about Fortnite, but I don't know if they were actually joking. That's the thing. I saw some people I think were pretty darn serious when it came to suggesting Fortnite. Those are really, I'll throw my hat in for Fortnite. I think that actually makes sense because it's a popular, obviously very, very popular game. I do think in some ways you can make it some sort of comedic action. Actually, well, not like a Jumanji, but you could have that similar vibe where it is just this. It's very comedic. It has elements of the game in it, you know what I mean? With building and maybe a battle royale idea just in general as the main story. You could definitely do it, and actually that may be the most fun out of all of them, and also the least like negative or like the least intrusive, right? Because like you're not intruding on Gears, you're not going to disrespect Gears, you won't disrespect God of War. Personally, if you disrespect Fortnite, I could truly care less. I know that's just my opinion, but it is my opinion. So I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure there's other things. I mean, my cousin pitched the idea of The Rock being Sora from Kingdom Hearts. That's definitely a good one. My friend Arthur pitched Zelda. That would be, Legend of Zelda. That would be phenomenal. So he could play Link even. So, it doesn't really matter. There's obviously other options. There definitely is. And I guess, technically, it doesn't even have to be a role. Because I think, like, Gears and God of War were two because of his, like, The Rock, like how big he is, how strong he is. I guess it doesn't technically need to be that, though. You know what I mean? They could do a game that doesn't have the main character being that, and it would still potentially work. You know what I mean? You could change the body type of a person. So we'll have to see what it is. I don't know. I don't want that. And the same thing as I've said for Uncharted, for like The Last of Us. I don't think the show should have been made in the first place. I mean, I guess I'll watch it now just to see how it is, but I don't think you needed to do it in the first place. Twisted Metal, I mean, I guess there's some that are a little less, harmful than others. Like Twisted Metal, all right. I mean, they're going to do the game now, right? But, Twisted Metal, the show, I mean, it could be interesting. It's been a franchise long gone. So if you're going to do something like that, I mean, are you going to do Infamous? Is he going to be like Cole or like a brand new character in the Infamous world? So we'll see what happens. Let me know what game you think he's, adapting for a movie. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.